welcome to this evening yoga practice with me. My name's Jess. Today I'm going to be guiding you through a full body yoga flow that's perfect to do after you've had a long hard day at work or you've had a really busy day and you just need to relax and unwind and settle into the evening. This is going to be a mixed levels flow, so I shall be sure to offer options throughout the practice to make sure we can all enjoy the poses. We're going to be starting in child's pose today, so when you're ready, roll out your mats and I'll see you there. Okay, so child's pose, coming down to your hands and knees. You can take your knees wide in your child's pose, or you can bring your knees together. If your knees are wide, make sure your big toes are touching, and then walk your hands forward, forehead comes down to the mat. If your forehead doesn't reach the mat, you can place a pillow or a block underneath your forehead. And if it's a little pinchy on the knees or the ankles, you can roll up a blanket and pop it under your hips. It's quite nice. Wherever you are in your child's pose, slowly start to deepen your breath, close your eyes, and slowly start to release any tension that you might be holding on to. Where can you relax here? Where can you let go? Maybe you can relax the skin on your forehead, roll your forehead from side to side here. Nice massage on the brow bone. Relax your jaw. Relax your hands. Surrendering fully and completely. With every exhale, feel yourself relaxing further into the pose. Deepening your breath. Forget the day that you've had. Close the door on it just for a moment. Bring yourself into this moment. Take one more breath on your own here. And exhale. Lift your head and take your gaze towards your hands. Snaking forwards, come to lay on your belly. Bring elbows underneath the shoulders. And forearms are parallel to one another, fingertips facing towards the top of the mat. Take your feet nice and wide here. Sphinx pose. Draw your shoulder blades together, lift up through the chest and take your gaze forwards. Press your hands into the mat and draw them in towards your body, really actively pulling, as if you're trying to pull the mat towards you. Press your pelvic bone into the mat. Inhale here and exhale. Draw your shoulder blades down and away. Take one last breath in. And exhale, fully and completely. Take your left elbow into the center of the mat and swing your right arm round. Bend your right knee and catch your right ankle and just pull your heel in towards your glute, just for a nice quad stretch here. Not forcing anything, just a nice gentle stretch. Take a breath in and exhale. Release and switch sides. Take your right elbow into the center and sweep your left arm round. Grab your left ankle and pull your left heel in towards your glutes. Keep a nice lift in your chest. Careful you're not dumping into your right shoulder. Inhale here and exhale fully and completely. Release your left ankle and press your hands underneath your shoulders. Push back to tabletop position. So knees come underneath knees come underneath your hips. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingertips nice and wide. And press into the tops of your feet. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. Press out of your shoulder blades. Nice neutral spine here. Take a nice deep breath in. And a long breath out. On your next inhale, flowing into your cow pose, drop your center, open your chest, look forward. Exhale, rounding through the spine and your upper back. Tuck your chin, cat pose. Inhale to flow back to your cow. Exhale, back to your cat pose. Really actively pressing out of your shoulders. Inhale, moving with your breath. Exhale, back to your cat. Pause in your cat pose. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Fully and completely. Back to your tabletop position. Place your hands slightly further ahead of you. Index fingers face towards the top of the mat. Curl your toes under and send your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take any modifications you need here in your down dog. Slight bend in your knees. Press your chest down towards your thighs as you lift the hips up. Reaching the heels back. Press all 10 fingers into the mat and relax the back of your neck. Option to walk your heels, pressing one down and then the other. Or you can take stillness and breathe deep. Slowly, when you're ready, we're going to walk our hands towards our feet. You can bend your knees as much as you need. And forward fold at the back of the mat. So feet are hip width apart, toes facing towards the top of the mat. Keep a generous bend in your knees here as you fold forwards. You can ragdoll, clasping opposite hand with the opposite elbow. And sway gently from side to side, relaxing the back of the neck, relaxing the skin in between your eyebrows. You can sway gently from side to side if it feels good, or you can, again, find stillness, whatever you need. Take one last breath in. And exhale to release your hands down to the mat. Bend your knees even more as we roll up to standing. Vertebra through vertebra. Last thing to come up is the crown of the head. Roll the shoulders down and away. Feel mountain pose at the back of the mat. Palms facing forwards. Relax your shoulders down. And take the deepest breath you've taken all day. Inhale through your nose. And exhale to sigh it out. Take your hands to your hips and we're going to step our left foot forwards towards the top of the mat. Turn to face the long side of the mat. And bring your heels in, toes facing outwards. Keep your hands on your hips. And we're going to bend the knees, coming into our goddess pose. Again, take any adjustments you need. If you need to shuffle your feet further out, tuck the tailbone in, lift up through the chest and draw your shoulder blades together. A nice generous bend in your knees, lower your hips, and stack your knees over your ankles. Take your hands and open out into your cactus shape. So shoulders are in line with the elbows. Draw the shoulder blades together, palms face forwards. Inhale deeply. Exhale to sink your hips. Take one last breath in. And a long breath out. Inhale to straighten your legs and extend your hands all the way up. You can take your gaze up towards the sky if you like. Exhale, open your arms out to this T shape. Palms face forwards. Turn your left foot so it's in line with the back of the mat, and your right feet, turn your toes to face the top of the mat. We're going to head into our triangle pose. So reaching with the right hand, leading all the way down to the inside of your right ankle. Opening out to the left hand lifts. Push your hips forward and spiral your chest open into your triangle pose. You can rest your hand on your shin. If you can't quite reach the ground, you can keep a generous bend in that knee, or you can take it all the way down to the earth, fingertips to the ground for a deeper stretch. We're going to stay here for another deep breath in and another long breath out. On your next inhale, use your core strength to lift yourself all the way back up to standing. Hands come to the hips. Turn your right foot back in line with the back of the mat, and turn your left toes to face the top of the mat. And we head into our triangle pose on the other side. So reaching out, arms side by side, leading with the left hand, coming into the inside of your left ankle this time. And we open out to the left, right hand reaches all the way up. Again, you can rest your hand on your shin, or you can take it all the way down to the ground for a deeper stretch here. Reaching up with the right hand, you can take your gaze up, and we'll stay here for another breath in and a long breath out. Nice. All the way back up to standing. Hands come to the hips. Turn your left foot in so both toes are facing towards the long side of the mat. Inhale to roll the shoulders down and away from your ears. And exhale to hinge forwards at the hips, coming into our wide-legged forward fold. Keep a nice flat back here. So staying in our halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, you can release your hands down to the ground if you can meet the ground. Stay here if that feels good. If you'd like to take it further, crown of the head comes down towards the earth, folding all the way down. Take 3 deep breaths here in your forward fold. Use your hands to press yourself back up to a halfway lift. And then when you're ready, hands come back to the waistline and we lift all the way back up to standing. Heel toe your feet in so they're just over hip width apart, and turn your toes out. And slowly lower your hips all the way down. Fingertips can come down to the mat. And we find our Malasana deep squat. You can stay here with your fingertips on the mat, or when you find your footing, you can bring your hands to heart center, lowering the heels down to the ground and lift up through the chest. You can place a block under your hips here, or you can stay up on the balls of the feet. If your heels don't reach the ground, that's fine. And if you need any additional support, you could try rolling up a blanket and maybe placing those under your heels. Wherever you are in your Malasana, take the deepest breath you've taken all day. Exhale. Fully and completely. We'll stay for one more breath. And exhale to release. Fingertips come down to the mat and we find a seat. Coming down to an easy seat. You can cross at the ankles, or you can lay one shin on top of the other like I have here. Sitting up nice and tall in the spine. You could try placing a block, not a block, like a pillow or a blanket underneath your hips if you want to sit up a bit taller. Rest your hands on your knees. Close your eyes if you like and take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, fully and completely. Right hand comes to left knee, left hand comes down on the ground behind you, lift up through your spine. And as you exhale, twist over to the left. You can take your gaze past your left shoulder. Inhale in your twist. And exhale to switch sides. Left hand comes to right knee, right hand comes down behind you. Inhale to lift and find length. And as you breathe out, twisting over to the right, gaze past your right shoulder. Inhale in your twist. Exhale, fully and completely. Coming back to center, draw your shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale to roll them down and away. 2 more, inhale. Exhale to roll them down and away. 1 last time. Exhale to relax the shoulders fully down. Lift your chin, close your eyes, and just find stillness. Clearing your mind of anything that's happened today. Just being in the moment here, listening to the sound of your breath. A moment of peace and stillness. Calming the nervous system. Allowing the body to relax. And releasing any tension. Take 5 deep breaths here on your own. Slowly bringing yourself back. You can slowly open your eyes if you like. And let's finish this practice with 1 last deep breath in. When you're ready, lift the hands, lift the gaze, take them up towards your hands as you inhale. And exhale to float the fingertips back down. Thank you so much for joining me today for this evening yoga practice. I really hope you enjoyed the flow and it sets you up for a nice relaxing evening. If you liked the video, please do make sure you hit the like button, leave me a comment, and also hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll see you for next class, and have a lovely evening.